sorry, can't buy this, don't have the money. If you've ever heard yourself saying those words, this podcast episode is a must because this statement makes sure you're broke for the rest of your lifetime. Welcome to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. My name is Jeanine. I am so excited that you found this podcast or that you're tuning in to another episode. This podcast is all about manifestation, big money, energetics, spirituality, how it's all connected, and most importantly, how you can increase your bank account right now. So let's dive in today's episode. Money lovers, welcome back to another powerful episode. I told you we've just had a flash sale for 2 hours and a couple programs had a huge discount. And someone reached out and this person asked, hey, is program XYZ also on sale? The team said no. And then they said, oh, I don't have the money to buy this at full price. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Let me do a podcast episode because it's a statement I hear over and over and over again. And it's a perfect combination for our conversation we had last week. How your self-worth is always reflected to your bank account. First of all, we gotta go to the roots. This was also a community question you guys had a couple months ago. It's like, I always receive more money every month, but I still have nothing left at the end of the month. And this always goes back to the root cause of self-worth. If you don't find yourself or if you don't see yourself as worthy, you have low self-worth, low self-esteem, you always spend the money on stupid shit, so it reflects your self-worth. Just leaving this here. The other part is, this is how I make financial decisions. First of all, you don't hear me talking about the money. I'm not saying I have the money, I don't have the money. Did you hear what I said? I said I make financial decisions. Because also the way we make financial decisions is a straight reflection of how we make decisions in life. You suck at making financial decisions, you probably have a hard time and you're a big people pleaser in the rest of your life. There's just a combination. It simply is. Show me that it's different. I just haven't met a person. And I always feel success leaves clues and there's things certain people have in common. And that is when it comes to making financial decisions, this is how I make financial decisions. I ask myself, is this good for me now and in the future? And I've never did this obviously in the beginning, I said this. I spend my money always, at the end of the month, my bank account was always at zero, slightly negative. So, however, when I did this, when I started this journey, it was also one of the reasons I just simply desire to always have more than enough money to buy and spend the money and get the things whenever I desire them. So in order to get there, I always ask myself, is this good for me now and in the future? And you will see the people that have a low bank account balance, they don't base their financial decisions based on those two things. They probably most likely go for, is this good for me? Yes, oh, beautiful, let me spend the money. Because can you see, if you would ask yourself, is this good for me now and in the future? Most likely, buying the 10th pair of socks eaten out 20 million times a month is good for you now, but is it also good for you in the future? No. But now you start, if this is truly important to you to build financial wealth, if you ask yourself, for instance, investing in a program, is this good for me now? Yes. Is this good for me in the future? Yes. So those were decisions I made. This is where I put my money. You've just listened to the first 4 minutes of the VIP version of the podcast. By becoming a VIP member, you can listen to 3 episodes per week. You will receive early bird access to the Monday episode, so you already can listen on Sunday. And if that doesn't sound great enough yet, I've got one more. Why you should become a podcast VIP member. I'm answering every week a listener's question in the podcast. So if you have a question, drop it in the Q&A thread and receive the answer in the podcast. Can't wait to see you. Simply click on the link in the show notes or go to courses.richandhappiness.com to become a VIP member.